Christina in Glendale, Arizona. Chris Benoit's son, David, was on Darren Young's podcast this week talking about wanting to go to AEW and claiming that WWE no longer allows him to visit backstage at their shows. He has been banned. Do you think he should get the chance to wrestle somewhere, or is the Benoit name far too toxic? It's a tough deal for this kid. What is he? He's got to be mid-20s by now, right? Mid to late 20s. He should not have to pay for the sins of his father. It's not right. It's not fair. It's not fair at all. He is not responsible for what his father did. But even if he were to sign with the company and they said, look, we want to change your name. We're going to get away from the Benoit name. We're going to call you, David Dexter, or David Duke, or something like that, but not David Benoit, okay? We're going to get away from the Benoit name. Even if they did that, he looks just like him. I mean, he is a spitting image of Chris Benoit. You cannot look at this kid and not think of Chris Benoit. It is impossible. Impossible. And so I think if you're like a WWE, you could forget having a career there. Because the last thing they want to do is dredge up memories of Chris Benoit. Him being banned from visiting backstage, that's what he claims. I don't know if that's true or not. That's what he says. I know when there were pictures online of when he last visited. He was visiting backstage in March of this year. He took a picture, took like a selfie with Natty. He was wearing an AEW logo jacket. Whether that had anything to do with him being banned, I can't think that had anything to do with him being banned. It wasn't like he went on TV with it. Who gives a shit what jacket he's wearing? But who knows? Maybe he was saying things or doing things backstage that, led them to say, listen, you're not welcome here anymore. I don't know. We don't have all the facts on that. I'm sure there's more to it than that. But it's a hard thing, Do I think he deserves an opportunity? Look, I don't know if he's any good. I know he trained for a while with Lance Storm. They asked him, what have you been doing? Have you been actively training recently? He said he's been messing around with some guys from AEW. What does that mean? He's been messing around? Is he rolling in the gym? Is he doing actual wrestling training? I have no idea. I've never seen him wrestle a match before. So I have no idea if he's actually any good at this. You would think it would be hard not to be if you're the son of Chris Benoit, but it doesn't always work that way. Genetically, not all of that talent is always transferred down to the next generation. I think that if he wants to wrestle, he should have the ability and the opportunity, even if it's just indies, to go out there and work wrestling. But I don't ever see WWE signing him. Now, AEW, where their head is at, I think they'd be open to him if he was any good. I saw Tony Khan was posing for a photo with him recently. It's a tough situation. It's a very unique situation. He should absolutely not be responsible or punished in any way for what his father did. That's not fair. But you look at him and it is what it is. And I could totally understand WWE not wanting to do anything with him. Just being respectful about it and passing on the opportunity. But he should be able to go somewhere else. Hopefully, even if it is just independent promotions. And if he wants to wrestle, maybe if he starts wrestling and he's putting on these great matches, that's the best way to get noticed. If he's serious about training and if he's any good at it, if he's anything like his father used to be in the ring, that I think will get the attention of some important people. And maybe one day he could be in an AEW. But we haven't seen him wrestle a single match yet. He wants to go to AEW. I'm sure a lot of people want to go to AEW. AEW just got a big cable deal on TNT. They're going to have an audience of, who knows what the audience will end up being, but they'll have millions of people potentially who have access to this TV network who can watch them. Believe me, I'm sure there's a lot of aspiring professional wrestlers out there who would love to do something with AEW. Just because his last name is Benoit does not mean he gets any preferential treatment, but I do think he deserves a fair shake.